Bleach has a large following and is considered to be one of the most important manga and anime series of its generation. This is why we are taking a look at the strongest Bleach characters, ranked from weakest to strongest characters. So, who are the strongest Bleach characters? We start off our list of strongest Bleach characters with Yoruichi Shihōin. While famously known for being a cat in the anime adaptation, Yoruichi is actually a top fighter and a member of one of the noble families in the Soul Society. Despite being a Shihōin, she escaped to Earth and relinquished all of her titles, thus becoming a criminal in the eyes of her own kin. She is exceptionally powerful, with her speed being her top asset in a fight. You definitely wouldn't want to cross her path when she's angry. Our next important character from Bleach is Captain Hitsugaya. Captain Hitsugaya is one of the youngest captains, and he can get hot-headed from time to time, which is his weakness, but he has earned the rank and is, despite these issues, extremely powerful. A brilliant thing about his character development is that he is still developing, and that his powers have been shown to grow constantly throughout the series. His superior believes that he will be able to surpass even him later on. Barragan is the second Espada and the former fallen king of Hueco Mundo. He is also one of the most powerful characters in Bleach. This guy is a real menace. Not only is he virtually invulnerable and unkillable, but he can also dissolve everything around him and make it die. His exterior is covered with special protection that renders him immune to most types of attacks. Luckily for the protagonists, Barragan was weak on the inside, which was exploited in the series to defeat him. Coyote Starrk was actually the first Espada, and had he not been so lazy, he would probably be even higher on this list. Stark was an excellent fighter and had truly enormous powers, but he was very difficult to motivate to fight. But once he actually did it, the number of opponents that could defeat him was very small. Alongside his superior fighting skills, he could also summon a pack of exploding spirit wolves to aid him in battle. As far as Bleach is concerned, Zaraki is probably the biggest victory addict in the Bleach franchise. He is exceptionally powerful, he is incredibly strong, and he is absolutely obsessed with winning. For most of the time though, he suppresses his powers so he can enjoy his fights. He really likes to fight, and can still deal amazing amounts of damage to his opponents. When he, ultimately, does release his true powers, Zaraki becomes even stronger, but the lack of control he has over them ultimately makes him vulnerable. That's why he made it onto our list of strongest Bleach characters. As far as Lille Barro is concerned, he is one of the most dangerous characters in the whole franchise. He is far from invincible. Lille Barro's weaknesses are actually unpredictable situations, and we all know how many of those there are in life. But once he gets in the mood, you should probably just stay out of his way. He is a skilled fighter, a skilled marksman, and has powers that make him even more dangerous in tough spots. Lavar's biggest advantage in any battle is his unpredictability. He is quite sarcastic and doesn't seem to take things quite seriously, but he is actually very clever, perceptive, and deceptive. His approach frustrates and confuses his opponent, while all he is doing is actually tricking them into lowering their defenses so he can strike. His attacks are quite powerful, as well as his special abilities, which is why we have placed him here on our list. A nobleman among the fighters, Captain Byakuya Kuchiki, is as graceful as he is skilled, and he is both very graceful and very skilled. In fact, Byakuya Kuchiki is one of the most powerful captains. He might not seem like much, but he knows a lot of varying techniques and can use different powers to gain the upper hand in a battle. He has excellent agility, and his movements are a form of art in their own right. He can easily overpower an opponent, and his elegance is what makes him so dangerous in the first place. Although Shunsui Kyōraku doesn't look like the type that would be so high up on this list of strongest Bleach characters, he doesn't look dangerous at all. In fact, his relaxed demeanor is something that often annoys his friends. But don't let that fool you. Shunsui is exceptionally powerful. He is a master swordsman and has enormous spiritual power, which is why he rightfully became the captain commander of the Soul Reapers. In that aspect, he deserves this spot. Dangerous as he is traitorous, Sōsuke Aizen became a persona non grata when he betrayed his squad. He is extremely fast and is a master sword fighter, but he also has an array of other powerful skills, abilities, and techniques which make him an exceptionally dangerous foe. His special technique allows him to trap his enemies in an illusion, which then, in turn, allows him to strike them down with ease. He is a sneaky fighter, and that is what makes him so dangerous alongside his usual powers. If there was a list of the biggest traitors in Bleach, he would be on it too. Ichibē Hyōsube is the current commander of the Royal Guard and the protector of the Soul King. Hyōsube is a ridiculously powerful and experienced guy. He seems quite weak and comical, but he is actually exceptionally strong and has at least a millennium of fighting experience. He survived for so long, so you can imagine his victory ratio. Ichibē Hyōsube's special power is his ink, which, when it covers an opponent, makes it lose its name and with it its power, which in turn can make them weak as an insect. Just don't get into this guy's wave and don't let him draw. When you just look at Gerard Valkyrie, you see that he is a true brawler. Gerard Valkyrie's physique is amazing, and his special ability, given to him thanks to the fact that he was a Stern Ritter, made him nigh unkillable. Every time he would take damage, it would not hurt him, but rather make him stronger. He was practically invincible during his time and died only when he lost his powers. Due to the fact that he depended on them so much, we placed him in the 4th spot. Number 3 on our list of strongest Bleach characters is Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo's powers have grown through the course of the series. His development was written truly brilliantly, and it was a thrill to see how he developed from a person who was drawn into his role against his will to one of the strongest fighters in the franchise. He was able to defeat his enemies, and although he had trouble controlling his more powerful forms, Ichigo was able to master them and become one of the most powerful fighters in the franchise. Okay, this old guy may not look like much, but his millennial experience and his unfathomable dedication to training are what make him so strong. Genryūsai Shigekuni Yamamoto was the ruler of the Soul Society for ages, and he was never really threatened by anyone. His experience, his knowledge, and his skills are what make Yamamoto one of the strongest characters in the whole franchise, second only to the Soul King's son. Yhwach was so dangerous that they had to seal him away for 999 years. Yhwach's return was the topic of centuries of folktales, but then he actually returned. The folktales proved to be true. Yhwach has proven himself to be more than just a threat. He is outright dangerous, and a character that threatens to destroy the world as everyone knew it. He is powerful, he is skilled, and he has amazing abilities, which make him stronger even than Yamamoto. Alongside that, he is extremely intelligent, and these elements are what make Yhwach the strongest Bleach character in the franchise.